actually is open-mindedness? Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Rachel Vlogs. I went to see The God Particle the other day with a few of my friends from the London Small YouTubers community, and it was a play that was really funny, and it was about God and science. Being a physiology student who is also a Christian, I'm totally cool with those two subjects, so I was really excited to see them in a play. I had the opportunity to think a little bit more about the themes of it, and one of them was the idea of open-mindedness, where there was a Reverend Doctor character and a Doctor of Quantum Physics who was kind of having a pop at the Reverend Doctor for the faith that he had, and the idea of evidence-based, and him having these wild assumptions and not really having an open mind, and how she always had an open mind. It was a really fun play, and amazingly it's being made into a DVD because the Kickstarter has just gone past the required amount for it to be made. But open-mindedness. The theme came up from a quote from G.K. Chesterton, and the quote goes like this: "Merely having an open mind is nothing. The object of opening the mind, as of opening the mouth, is to shut it again on something solid." And it just made me think about what is open-mindedness, and how generally in culture it's seen as a really good thing to have an open mind and always be up for whatever's coming and kind of let everything flow through you, but at the same point, actually, is that always a good thing? But then is a closed mind or an empty mind or a narrow mind, is that a good thing? And holding those two things in tension, there's a really cool idea that when your brain is introduced to a new idea, it is stretched and its dimensions can then never quite shrink back to the original thing before you heard about that thing that you just heard about. And there's also a tie-in between vulnerability and open-mindedness, that if you're willing to kind of put your cards on the table, there's a chance for genuine connection, but there's also a chance for hurt, because if it is genuinely what you believe and you're willing to kind of reconsider and kind of put it out there, then there is a bit of tension there as well. And through fairly comical situations, the play challenged the idea of, if evidence comes along that you just think is ridiculous, will you change your conclusions if the evidence points in that direction? There's another illustration from somewhere else where your assumptions are like kind of dirt on a glass that you're looking through, maybe your lens on the world, and sometimes you need to scrub off all your assumptions and let the light in to kind of see through your world view, as it were. I don't know what they mean by let the light in. I guess it's true that we all kind of have a way of seeing the world, and therefore I think it's helpful to then kind of reconsider what we're actually consuming and what we believe from what we're seeing. That make sense? An open mind is a good thing, to a point. Is that an answer? So the whole thing of open-mindedness is really difficult because you want to be open-minded to a point, but you also want to actually know what you think and not just wildly accept everything that flows into your lens or whatever. So it's both. It's a good thing, and you actually need to make a decision about something at some point when you've conveyed the evidence. So I would actually want to quote an infamous Richard Dawkins at this point, who says, "By all means, let's be open-minded, but not so open-minded that our brains drop out." To a point, I think I agree with you, sir. I don't agree with you very much, but I agree with you on that. I think it's important that you don't hang up your brain, or just leave your assumptions completely covering your lens, but not being horrible about it. Thank you very much for watching. Before you go, I have two things, one of which I have to say sorry to you. I made a video before I made Vlogmas back in November, I think, on not making wild promises to camera. I definitely said that there was going to be a video on Abby's channel, and I'm sorry there wasn't, because I hadn't finished editing it. I'm sorry for that. I will attempt to still not make wild promises to camera, but all being well, it will be there this Friday. I'm really excited for you to see it, so either if you're watching in real time, do hop over there and subscribe ready in time for Friday when you'll then get a notification about it. If not, pop over there or see the link in the description when it's baked. I would love for you to be able to see it. We've worked so hard on it. And the second thing is, I'm really close to 300 subscribers. That is actually mental, that's crazy. Thank you so much, each and every one of you who subscribed. And if you're currently thinking, I'm not sure if I'm a subscriber, you may not have clicked the red button below this video which says subscribe. It's completely free. It will possibly give you an email, or you can change your email settings or whatever, when I've made a video, or it will pop up in when you log into YouTube and show, Rachel's made a video, and you can then find it easier. And that would help me know who my audience is and have an opportunity to create better things for you, because eventually, one day, I might actually get to use the YouTube space legit in my own name. So if you do that, then I might have the opportunity to do that. So, officially, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!